What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Today, I'm going to be showing off a crazy Salazzle Unknown hand deck that uses the supporter Will and Psyduck to train or lock the opponent while a win condition is set up with Unknown Hand. Let's take a look. This deck originated from a player named Vance who played this deck at the Limitless Online Qualifier number 4. It's a really cool and unique deck list that utilizes Salazzle with the Roast Reveal ability. It reads, once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a Fire Energy card from your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. So with multiple Salazzle set up, you can Roast Reveal and draw 9, 12 cards from the top of your deck during your turn. With Heat Factory, you get to draw 3 more. And with Oricorio, if one of your Pokemon was knocked out, you get to draw even more. So the deck draws through itself very quickly once it is set up. In order to help set up, you use Professor Elm's Lecture, which gets you up to 3 Pokemon with 60 HP or less. You reveal them, put them into your hand, and you could use Professor Oak's Setup, which gets you up to 3 basic Pokemon of different types, and you put them onto your bench. Now, the idea of the deck is to win using the Unknown Hand ability. If you haven't seen this before, it's a crazy win condition. The ability hand reads, once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and you have 35 or more cards in your hand, you may use this ability, and if you do, you win the game. It's an absolutely crazy win condition and pretty easy enough to achieve. Now, the one thing that really gets in the way of achieving the 35 card hand is Marnie and Reset Stamp. Those 2 cards reset your hand, make it very hard to win with this deck, but they are both trainer cards. Fortunately, we have got the Psyduck from Team Up. With its Headache attack for 1 colorless energy, does 10 damage, and you get to flip a coin. If heads, your opponent cannot play any trainer cards from their hand during their next turn. Now, that does work on a coin flip, but if only there was a supporter that helped us to flip coins as heads every time, and there is. It's Will, which is an amazing supporter in this deck. The next time you flip any number of coins for the effect of an attack ability or trainer card this turn, choose heads or tails for the first coin flip. So you get to choose heads for Psyduck. So Will in combination with Psyduck creates a guaranteed trainer lock, and all you have to do is use Will a few times and Headache a few times while you draw through your entire deck. With Roast Reveal, at the end of the game, you bring all the fire energies you discarded back to your hand using Fire Crystal and Fisherman, and then you just win the game because you probably have 35 cards in your hand at the very end. It's a very exciting deck to play and a lot of fun. We also got the Umbreon and Darkrai-GX in here, which is really crazy to use. Sometimes if you just need one more turn where maybe your opponent has taken all but one of their prize cards, you can use Scoop Up Net, go into an Umbreon and Darkrai, use Dark Moon GX. Now, it does have a retreat cost of 2, but after you use the Dark Moon GX, you can attach 1 more energy, then retreat to your Unknown Hand and win the game. So Dark Moon GX, very cool. It also instates a trainer lock, so that's very good. Speaking of Scoop Up Net is a powerful new card for the Unknown Hand archetype from Rebel Clash because it gives you some mobility in your deck, but it also acts as a very good hand growing card at the end of the game, since you can scoop up all of your Salazzles, and when you trade the 1 Scoop Up Net for a Salazzle on the bench, you're getting 2 cards back to your hand, so you're basically trading 1 card for 2, giving you a +1 card to your hand for every Scoop Up Net you play on a Salazzle at the end of the game. So you really want to save those Scoop Up Nets to the end of the game, and it really helps to execute that win condition with Unknown Hand. The deck is a ton of fun to play, so check it out in the gameplay and let me know what you think of the Salazzle hand deck. Make sure to check out fullgripgames.com for your trading card game singles, as well as fullgripcodes.com for instant PTCGO code delivery. Supporting the shop at Full Grip Games directly supports the content we create here on Tricky Jim. And if you've got extra cards, singles, holos, full arts, things like that, and you want to sell them to Full Grip Games in order to get some extra cash in your pocket, make sure to check out the Full Grip Games buy list. We're always buying cards, bulk, things like that. You can check it out in the description below. Enjoy the gameplay. Here we go. Baby Blacephalon, chat. You guys told me that this was a free dub. Let's see how we end up doing. I'm just going to go here, and then we're going to end up using Lecture next turn. Oh, Oak Setup. Got it. Because we played the Professor Elm's Lecture. We can get the 60 HP ones with the Lecture, and then for Oak Setup, we need the 1-off type Salandit for the Professor Oak setup. Got it. Okay. That adds up. Now, this matchup is supposed to be very strong for us because we're going to get to use Psyduck and lock them out of trainer cards completely. And also, Blacephalon really goes ham on its own resources, right? Like, it's going to be decking itself out, like using Zacian, Intrepid Sword. You know, they're really going to churn through their deck quite a bit. So we've got a great setup start here. We've got Professor Oak setup, 3 basic Pokemon of different types, put them onto the bench, or we can go get, you know, Professor Elm's Lecture. I think that since we already have the Psychic type, yeah, we just start with this, right? We can go get ourselves Psyduck, Ditto, Salandit. That's, or no, because we just get the ones of the same type with this. Oh, yeah, that actually looks correct. And then I can call for family, but that's cool. We'll just call for family and go get ourselves another thing. Now, we don't actually have any way to draw cards right now. So, and I could go get Oricorio. I could call for family for the Oricorio-GX. That seems like a little bit sketchy, but I don't really have a great option other than that. So, kind of seems like... No, because we could Professor Oak set up for the Oricorio-GX. So we're chilling. We're chilling. We'll just put these guys down. Just continue setting up as normal. And then we'll just call for family. And go get ourselves like another Psyduck or something like that. And then I can go get the Oricorio-GX off of the Professor Oak setup. Since Professor Oak setup does not require that it has like any amount of HP or anything like that. And it doesn't have anything about not being able to get GXs. So that's fine. And we'll just go get Oricorio next. And then the hope is that eventually I start flipping heads on Headache and just lock them out of trainer cards for the remainder of the game. I don't think that there's any point necessarily preemptively attaching my energy because I know that Blacephalon has no way to disrupt my hand. So... you know, for the most part, they're not going to reset stamp, anything like that. So I might as well just hold on to this energy because I want my hand to be as big as possible. So I don't want to make sure, you know, I want to make sure that there's not any sort of, you know, any sort of energy around that I don't need. So like here, I would rather use the Recycle Energy on the Psyduck, and we could use the Fire Energies for the Heat Factory. So we're going to do that. And we got a Salazzle. So this is the reason I didn't play those Fire Energy down preemptively, is because I want them to be able to draw as many cards as I can. So as you can see, we've got the Salazzle there, and we've got the Heat Factory. So we're just going to start using these to draw cards. And we've got Wills already in the hand, absolutely broken. So here we go. We've got another Roast Reveal, completely setting up the Salazzle line, drawing ourselves a gigantic hand. I've got another Roast Reveal. And this deck is looking glorious, absolutely glorious. And we could go here and just utilize the Will Trainer Lock, and then that's it. I mean, we just do this, and we guarantee Headache Trainer Lock. Yes, we'd like it to be heads, and they can't use any trainers next turn. And we've just got this insane hand already with the Wills, the double Salazzle. We know that they can't gust anything. So we're just going to keep drawing through our deck, and we can even Pal Pad and put the Wills back into the deck so that we could just use the Wills over and over and over again, which is crazy. At this point, my opponent is probably looking at this matchup like, what is actually happening to me right now? Very confused and afraid. I would be afraid if Psyduck was using Headache and just locking me out of my trainers every single turn. All right, let's go ahead and use Heat Factory. More Fire Energy, beautiful. The Roast Reveal as well. And we're going to get a really big hand very quickly. We're going to do this one more time. And we know as long as we have Wills in the hand, we've got another one. Our opponent cannot use trainer cards. So we know they have no way of disrupting my hand here. So this is crazy. I mean, this is completely nuts. We've got another Will. Guarantee it. We don't need to put the Unown hand down yet. We know they cannot disrupt our hand at all. I could use the Ordinary Rod to throw more energy back into the deck. We'll just Headache first. We have it guaranteed. And we know that they cannot disrupt our hand because they just don't play any way to do that. So we're going to do heads. And we'll Pal Pad next turn before we start drawing cards. Now that we have 2 Will into the discard pile, we want to start drawing back into those Wills. So since I know that they cannot disrupt my hand here, we're just going to hold on to this stuff for now. And then, you know, they could take a surprise knockout with a Blazer. Sure. If they end up getting that, it's fine. I got the Recycle Energy on the Psyduck, so they do hit that there. It's not a problem. We're just going to use the Ordinary Rod, throw cards back into the deck, and we should be getting relatively close to our win condition. It's pretty good. So, because we got the Scoop Up Nets. And each of the Scoop Up Nets is a 2-for-1 on the Salazzles, which is crazy. So, and we got the Fisherman, which is nuts. Okay, at this point, we're going to use the Pal Pad. Throw the Wills back into the deck. And then, how many energy do I have in the discard pile? 7. I feel like I want to Ordinary Rod back in. Yeah, we'll do both. It's fine. No, just the Psyduck is all I want there. 2 Fire Energy back into the deck. That's fine. And then we can start doing this to just draw some more cards. So we're going to do that. And let's party. Roast reveal. We're trying to draw into more Wills. There we go. There's a Will there. We've got another one. And Fire Crystals is good as well. And at this point, we're like almost at the point where we could probably start counting. So let's see here, chat. Pal Pad. Is there an easy way to see how many cards you have in your hand? Is there an easy way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I think we're almost there. We'll wait one more turn. We've almost got it. Count the board and the prizes, add deck. Yeah. Okay, I was just making sure there's not like anywhere that I'm just like very blatantly missing here on my board. But I'm pretty sure we just have it next turn. The hand is absolutely broken. And next turn, we should just have it. Like they're going to Fireball Circus. They've got the knockout here with an energy in their hand. That's totally fine. We get the Recycle Energy back. And I should just be able to maybe find some Fire Crystals here and then Scoop Up Net everything into my hand. And we just finish him, and that's it. So let's roast reveal. We're going to draw some more cards. I'm going to draw out the remainder of my deck. Let's see. As far as we could use Ordinary Rod. Is that worth it? No, it does. Ordinary Rod's not worth it to use, right? No, shouldn't be. We just roast reveal again. And I just need more Fire Crystals. So we could draw out our entire deck. I feel like I should have more Fire Crystals, though. Okay, I can use Fisherman to bring... Let's see, we could do that to bring those back into my hand. I can use Fisherman this turn, right? And where are you? Fisherman. There's Fisherman. Fisherman. Yeah, we use that. You know, bring those guys back to my hand. And then put the Unown hand right there. And we go Scoop Up Net and bring that back into my hand. Scoop Up Net, bring that back into my hand. Scoop Up Net, bring that back into my hand. Do I win? We've done it. Hey, look at that. Broken deck, chat. Absolutely nuts. We just drew out the entire deck. Scooped up the entire board. Absolutely nuts. The Will and the Psyduck combo was crazy. It worked like a charm. It was amazing. And the Scoop Up Nets with the Salazzles. I mean, those are all a 1-for-2. All 1-for-2. Right. That was insane. And the Fisherman at the end of the game, bringing 4 cards. It's a 1-for-3. Or like, yeah. 1 card and then you bring back 4 cards. That's nuts. Yeah, I'm a believer in this deck. I definitely have enough faith in it to say we could probably steal some gnarly wins with it. All right, we've got the Psychic Salandit Ditto, and I got the Professor Oak set up to get things kicked off, so that's pretty cool. Though I did awkwardly start, you know, both the Psychic and the colorless dude that we want to get out of the deck for the Professor Oak setup. So Professor Oak setup is actually kind of a weirdly rough card for us to play right now. Now, this is some sort of doll-oriented deck. I actually think that this is fine. We just beat the doll deck, right? We go Professor Ohm's Lecture, go get ourselves these guys. Yeah, I don't think doll decks can beat us necessarily, unless they... Yeah, because we trainer lock them. So I think we're just purely chilling. Yeah, because they could mill us, but we actually stopped them from playing trainers altogether. Which is cool. All right, next turn, I'm going to evolve into Salazzle, Scoop, and yeah, start going from there. An interesting matchup, though. This is Cinccino Control or Cinccino Mill. They started with the 3 dolls. It's pretty epic. So, a battle of the weird mill control hand decks we've got on our hands here. I'm actually fascinated. I want to see which one of us ends up coming out on top here. All right, so we've got ourselves Pokemon Communicates this. And we actually want to go on to the active, since I'm going to use that Scoop Up Net anyway. So it's like we might as well just Roast Reveal here. And then we've got the Scoop Up Net already. So I could Scoop Up Net the Salazzle, promote the Psyduck, and we'll evolve another one. Now, I have the Fire Crystal. You hate to use a Fire Crystal for just 1 fire energy, but I feel like I kind of have to do it in order to continue setting up. So we're just going to have to kind of bite that bullet there. Now, fortunately for us, we do not have any sort of fear of getting our Pokemon knocked out. So that's cool and definitely plays to our advantage. All right, and then we've got the Elm's Lecture. We could just go get more Pokemon out of the deck. That seems good. So we're going to play that just to increase our hand size. Now, we don't have the guaranteed trainer lock on Will yet, but that's fine. I think, you know, next turn I'm going to go for the guaranteed trainer lock with Will. And then let's count. We have 3 more Salazzles in the deck. That's cool. So I'm just going to get another Salazzle. We got 2 left. Evolve that up. Roast Reveal. I guess probably want to evolve the Ditto. Just because it gives us... Yeah, and so we've already used 1 Scoop Up Net. Probably chill. We're just going to flip on this trainer lock here. Yep. We're going to go for Headache. If we hit a heads here, that's huge. Yes. All right, so big heads flip there. And then we should be able to find a Will next turn. And once we find that first Will, using more Wills is going to be easier and easier. Because, you know, we're just going to be able to Pal Pad them back in, make our deck smaller, so on and so forth. I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to find one this turn. But let's see. We're going to Roast Reveal. And there's our first Will, like I said. And we've got the Pal Pad. Beautiful. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now, I've got 3 energy in the discard pile now, so I can safely use Fire Crystal to bring those back. And we're going to Roast Reveal here. I would rather not use the Pokemon Communication. We just want to keep these cards in our hand if we can. And then, yeah, we will use Pokemon Communication. We're going to trade the 1 Unown hand back into the deck, get ourselves another Salazzle, and we're just going to draw there too. And that's good. I think like the Fire Crystals, obviously very good at the end of the game. We've got the Heat Factory. So now we're just cruising. I mean, we're going to draw through the entire deck. And you see just how much control we have of the matchup when our opponent cannot play any trainer cards. And they did not put any pressure on us early on. Yeah, we just got it guaranteed trainer lock again. Keep as many cards in my hand as we can. Go for that Headache. Yup. My opponent is just stuck having to use Intrepid Sword, hope that I eventually miss the headache. And, you know, they're just drawing through their deck, so they will be able to punish me. If I ever miss headache, they could probably Belelba. But since I'm not going to take any prizes, they're only going to Belelba 3 cards. They're not going to have some crazy turn where they Belelba a million cards. Right. Now I'm thinking, is there any other card that I really, really want to put back into the deck? We can put the one Will back into the deck, which just kind of increases our odds of finding it, which is nice. And there's the Will right there. So that's really all I'm looking for, is just that one Will every single turn. And here we go again. We're just setting up real fast here, cooking through almost our entire deck. And at this point, I have to say we've basically won. This is it. This is like checkmate here. I've got the Will. Yeah, I've got the Will. We use our headache one more time. Guarantee that heads flip. Now, I've only got 6 cards left in the deck. So we could draw out our entire deck, bring all those fire energy back, use the Scoop Up Nets, pick up the Salazzles, and then we'll have our win condition, because we get to use, Fisherman to bring a certain amount of energy back, and then like 1 Fire Crystal, and then it should just be guaranteed win condition this next turn. So let's see, as far as optimizing our draws here, we go Roast Reveal, will give us Heat Factory here. That'll give us an amount. And then I could use, we have 8 energy in the discard pile. So I could bring 3 back with a Fire Crystal. I don't think it really matters. See, we're going to bring 3 back with a Fire Crystal. And then I could Fisherman back in 2. That doesn't really seem like it makes any sense. We definitely have to Scoop Up Net. Or I could retreat the Psyduck. That's good. Yeah, we Scoop Up Net there. We're going to retreat the Psyduck. We're going to go... Fisherman only brings back 4. But... I can use Roast Reveal one more time. We're going to do that. Because I'm going to end up using all of them. That's fine. So we got another Scoop Up Net. Then we're going to go Fire Crystal. That's going to bring back 3. And then we're going to use Fisherman. That's going to bring back an amount. And then we go Retreat into Unown Hand. And we go Scoop Up Net, Salazzle, Scoop Up Net, Salazzle. Do I have it? I hope we have it here, because I'm about to Scoop Up Net that final Salazzle. I don't think that there's anything else I could do. So we either have it or we don't, chat. Ah, well, YOLO. Ah, perfect. Wow. I was like, what? We didn't have it before that final scoop up, and I wasn't counting because I was like, I guess we either have it or we don't. So that was insane.